Hello dear viewers, welcome to a new tutorial from Logi Owl Tutorials presented by me, Sami Khiami. In this session, we are going to cover the development of a full game. I will try to make it as fast as possible. I know that this might be taking more time than planned, but I'll be doing that using MIT Scratch Visual Development Environment. And I will use the theme that everybody is affected with lately, which is the coronavirus theme, to create the game itself. So let's start. I don't have a very well structured plan what I'm going to do, but I'm going to go through that with you step by step, like trying to explore what are the things that and the functionality that we are going to add. Let's start. So first thing, I will move directly to Chrome, and let's go and enter Scratch T, and create new, create, and we are creating a new project here. So first thing that I will do, I'll get rid of that one here, the sprite, and I will start directly building that application. I will not be, I will be explaining, of course, but I will not be like doing things very slow. So I'll go directly and build our like virus, the main character. So I'll go there directly here. So let's make a backdrop. we're okay. And this is our virus. It will get out of here and more and more and will attack our like main character. So what our main character will be? So our main character will be somebody. I'm sorry. It will be something biological, maybe a white cell, but this white cell should have a specific type of shape. So white cell. Moving to that. So I'll use my famous like type of uh, virtual key joystick directly here. Again, the base. We did that more than once, so I will not be wasting lots of time on that. So base, and this one is without borders, and I'll call that base, and the handler also for the handler, new one here, and the handler is also this one here, and that one will be a little bit darker. And for that one we will have that named the handler, and oops, and I'll drag both of those. Maybe I'll make those a little bit smaller. And for that one, a little bit smaller. Move it directly to, and this is the handler as mentioned, handler, and I'll move both of those to the corner here. And I'll add directly the base and handler code. So for the handler, going to the code, start, control. I will set it to top level because this should be like the top level. So bring the looks and set, go to front directly, and for the base I'll put when the green flag is clicked, go to front and then move one layer, go to front and then forward one layer, backward one layer. Okay, and for both of those I should make it transparent, so I'll set the color effect. Where's that? Change color effect, set the ghost effect to 50%, so this will make it partially transparent, and for that to set transparent effect or ghost effect to 50%. So if we try to see how that will look like, so this is like this. Okay, and for that I will be I will be saying here at the beginning, go to, for the handler itself, go to the same position as the center of the base. So this will give me at the beginning like the right displacement for the joystick, like virtual joystick. Now with moving of the virtual joystick, we'll try to move that character here. So with that I can do something like going to the handler itself, going to the code, and now with that I need, of course, when clicked or forever loop for sure. And for that forever loop I will be testing if I'm moving toward one direction, or if I'm out like too far from the base I should go back. So if I'm touching the handler, so touching mouse pointer and like this one with the sensing, touching mouse pointer, and what else, I'm not, and the distance from the base, so distance from the base, and what else, the distance from the base is less than 20 as example, or maybe 15, 20. And touching the mouse pointer, I'm touching the mouse pointer. And to handle the dragging I need to say mouse down, so it is mouse down. So those three should play together. So I need two ands then. So with the operators I need two ands. So mouse down and touching and distance. Okay, all that should be put in the condition here. So if I'm doing those I will be moving that, so the mouse pointer, so let's put that here, the handler will be following the mouse pointer. So go to mouse pointer, but if any of those is not happening, so go back to base, so go to base. Let's try now, fast. So if I'm trying to drag that here, nothing, okay, I didn't click it yet. Okay, there is a very good reason for that, because I didn't add that here. Now, if I'm moving that toward the corner, if the distance is higher than 20, so this is acceptable. If I want that distance to be bigger, like it's easier just to make it 30 maybe, that would be better, just more control. And the size of the virtual keyboard, you can control that like very good. So we have our like behavior for the keyboard. It's for the virtual joystick. I'm sorry, I'm saying keyboard here. So what I need to do next is to be able to control that character here. So to be able to control the character, so I will say based on the orientation of that one. So I will put, my way is to put just this simple part here and to have the orientation of that part change. And this part doesn't need to be like visible. It can be transparent 100%. So what I will do is I will add a piece here, like it will be only a simple kind of rectangle, and it will be white one, solid white and without outlines. Okay, and just to make it more convincing, I will just make it an arrow in a way. Okay. And I'll remove one of those points. Yeah, good enough. And I will name that like pointer, not pointer, orientation, orientation, orientation pointer. Okay, orientation pointer. Okay, and that one should go directly here and should be transparent. So for this one, I will make it directly through the code. When the code starts, I will directly go and put it as, I can even put it like just behind everything, or just can make it go to the base, like, because he needs to have the same base center, so base, and then to control the look of it, to make it 100% transparent, so set color effect to, it's not color effect, ghost effect to 100%. So it will be invisible, but that thing will be going to rotate based on my when I place the handler, it will follow the handler orientation. So what I will do is I will say here forever, and I will say point toward the handler. I'll make that effect 0 just to show you what is happening really. So what's happening is that. So you see, this is the orientation. So when I move in a specific way, so this pointer will follow me. So, and I can depend on that to tell my character how to move and how to change the direction. Okay, so, but I will hide that. I'll make it 100%. So with that in mind, I can just do something like this and this, and it's not even obvious. Okay, so next step is to be able to move our character. So this is very easy now. Now for I will go to the white cell, and I'll say for the white cell, when I click that green button, and I will go with forever loop. We can change that later on directly, and I will make that change or move how much I will be moving that. So I'll be, depending on the distance from here, I'll be changing something called the speed. So I will be adding a since like this need to be reached for more than one sprite, I need to have that as a global variable. So I'll delete that variable and I'll make a new variable and I'll name it speed. Or let me name it speed. So let me name it like white cell speed, because I might be having these virus speed here. So okay. So the white cell speed is decided based on the distance between the handler and the base. So each time I move the handler, I will be recalculating the speed. So here I can say white cell speed, set white cell speed set white cell speed to and the distance from the base. So I'll duplicate that. Having that speed, like that high of the speed, is not good. Maybe just dividing that on a number. So let's go and do that calculation here. So divided by maybe 5. And just to make it smoother, I will use the cell, which is or round, which is something that will give me a solid like integer, not any other like float number. So why I'm having the character moving to the right all the time? Okay, round. Okay, maybe round. Let's use cell instead. Ceiling. Sorry. Do I have ceiling? Yes, ceiling. Like this, because round is rounding things to maybe not 0. Let's use ceiling. So let's try now. Is it the same? I think it is the same. Something bad is happening, but this helped us to know that we did add something here that we shouldn't be adding, which is a point here somewhere to the left. Let's make it smaller and remove that part here, and files. Okay, we can save it now. And going back, let's try to run our project again. Same thing. So it seems that the orientation here is like right, and this is acceptable, but the speed should be 0. So we are doing something wrong. Let's see what we are doing. Going back to the handler and the code for the handler, and here we're saying that go to mouse pointer and go to base, and with go to base I think we better just to set that, let's duplicate, set white cell speed to 0, and with that we can say set speed to that value. Okay, let's try now. At least nothing is moving, so the speed is changing but nothing is moving. So why is that? Let's go back to our white cell. Okay, because we are doing 10. This is very naive So now we can say that we're moving, but the orientation now is not changing, so we need to change the orientation of our character based on the situation. So we need forever motion point in direction, which is the same direction as, which we use the sensing for, which is the same direction as our direction pointer or orientation pointer. So we go and we look at the pointer, orientation pointer, and we get the direction for that one, and we will follow the same direction. So with that in mind, now we have our character. If we run that, we should have our character rotating and moving the same way. Okay, now we have our character moving the same way. Ta-da. Okay, something else. We have a problem here because when we're moving, like we need to have our white cell having the same direction as our orientation for that one. So what I will do, I will flip that one here, customs, and I'll select. Oops, we still have something here too. Why this is taking. Oops, something there still. There's something here, or here, or here. I'm deleting everything. Anyway, so I'm selecting that one and flip it horizontally, and we should be having our character moving in the right way. Okay. Now, and if we start this, okay, now our character is moving the right way. And I will, just to make it more interesting, you see those background, this background, for the backdrop itself, like we have a very interesting effects that we can just apply. So see here, I have change color effects. We have fisheye, pixelate, mosaic, brightness, ghost. So let's try to go with forever type of effect. So let's try here, change it by Y, like let's add something here to that background, a variable, and make a variable, and this is will be available to all sprites. So I don't want that, but anyway, so this will be like effects. Effects power, effect power. So for that one, I'll add it here, and I'll say here set effect power to 0 at the beginning, then change effect by 1 if going there, if greater than something, go back, if bigger than this effect power 50, set effect power to 0, and that's it. I think, okay, looks nice, but I think we don't have to have effect power. I think we need to have effect direction instead of power. Let's change that to direction. Effect direction. Okay, I think that would be much better. And instead of like setting that, I will say here change by change instead of set the whirl, change whirl, change whirl by effect direction. And this effect direction will be gradually changed. This will be one. No, it will be 1 or -1. So change by that, and if what? Not effect direction. If do we have something backdrop? No, not backdrop. The I don't know if sensing will provide that. If this is the backdrop, stage backdrop, effects. Okay, effect direction, effects. No, this is not working. So change by. I think I should repeat it for specific times and then go back. Okay, so instead of forever, I'll say here repeat. Okay, I can skip the forever, and I can say here control repeat for specific times, repeat like 50, and then repeat 50 changing, then set direction to minus direction to minus effect duplicate effect direction. I think this will be good thing to apply. And this is change the whirl by effect direction, and effect direction should be 1 at the beginning. Then if we just try that again, so it will be changing. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And we can just even make it 2 or faster kind of effect. 5, and make that 20. I think 2 would be good with 50. We can change and try everything fish eye. Color. What else? Brightness. Nope. Pixelate. Okay, we need to remove everything and start from scratch. I think if we just make that repeat 20 times or 10 times with pixelate, that would be good. Nope. Make that bigger and start it even with that. Okay, this is a good idea. Just we will be investing in that. I think the best approach that I saw till now will be 2 by 50, and this goes for the whirl. Yeah, just to give that kind of motion of the background now. we're moving our character here. Ta-da. Okay, we need to change the direction. Let's make the rotate for that one. I remember that we have something here called rotate style. Where's that one? Set rotate style, where that this should be. Look, no, that one. Set rotation style. Let's see that one. And see here, it's moving. The rotation style is only left and right, and moving the without changing the direction, or we can just all around, which is what we did earlier. I think this is a better approach just for our game. Okay. Now, part of the things that makes that thing not very good, it's not moving, it's not biological. We need to add some kind of action to that. So going to the custom, we will create more customs, duplicate, and we'll try to work on those just to make that have the feeling, like the bio feeling. Let's try now. Zoom and try to change those a little bit. So just make that shorter, that that longer. No. That longer. This shorter. This is higher. This is shorter. This is taller. This is taller. Oh, this is shorter. This is taller. This is shorter. This is shorter. And going back to something else. Changing this also to be taller. This is to be shorter. Change that one. Move that one here. This shorter. This is longer. This is longer. Just change stuff here and there. And maybe having that blink. Yeah, but we need to, for that custom, to rotate. So I'll go to the white cell and to the code, and one of the things that should be happening forever, I'll add it separately. Control start forever. And we'll be having the custom next custom. Looks, we can add it here. We don't need to add all those next custom. Where's that one? Next custom. And too fast. Okay, we can just separate that, control, and we can give it different speed. So if we want for something different speed, like we better like put it separately to not affect the full fast. No, 0.5. The hands are a little bit rigid. We need to change that. And the motion is too powerful, but yeah, but I think it looks good. Yeah, the hands are not that good. Okay, for the hands, let's go and fix the hands a little bit. Maybe just moving those a little bit, giving some kind of maybe moving that a little bit up there. This is up, this should be down. That should be down a little bit. And maybe giving some arcs to those. I'm feeling that those are very rigid because it does not have any curve in it. Okay, I think we are okay now. Good. I like that type of movement. That makes it more dynamic. Now, for the movement to be real, we should have some kind of tail, and that tail should be like active. So I suggest, since we're in a blood or like kind of tissue based thing, to have that kind of bubbly or kind of type of, yeah, I think bubbly will be good. So I'll add something like very simple, and I'll let that thing like be behind or be dragged behind the character itself. So it will be something like this. Okay, so for those, I'll put those together. And the colors, should be something like, let's select everything here without backgrounds, without any sorry, contour, and That should be something very similar to the background, so a reddish, reddish color like this, maybe. And the contour can be something a little bit darker, so going also reddish but a little bit darker, and that should be moving. So this is the custom one, duplicate, and that will be something like this. And this will be something like that. And that will be taller and thinner. And that will be taller and thinner. And that will be moving back, and this is moving back. And next, duplicate, that will be smaller. This one will be taller and will be two pieces. We will imagine that this was broken to two pieces. And thinner. That one will be taller and thinner also, and this one will be a bit further, again taller, thinner, and a piece of that here, and this one will be taller, this one is here, and this one will take its place in being taller, bigger. Okay, and for that one too, let's go with copying what we have in this one for the customs. So I'll go there and I'll throw that here. So in that one, I'll see that next custom is happening. So, but the size for that one is very big, so I'll make it very small. So that would be something like 30%. No, 50%. And for that, should be like following the character only when it's moving. Only when it's moving. So I will relate that to the speed. So I will make that the custom. I'll create another custom here, and I'll make that the first one, and I'll duplicate it. And for that one, I will make it very small. Here, very short, very small, and shorter maybe. And I will I'll have to change the direction for everything. Anyway, so for that, I will change. I need to change the direction for all those. So I'll flip that one. I'll flip that one. I'll flip that one. And to. So okay. For those ones, I think we're ready. So normally that will be the one that appears, and then those will be repeated. I will check to make sure that the center is there, maybe there. I'll move everything to that place just to make sure those are on the right side of the movement, and for that too here, and for that one too. Okay, I think we're good. Now let's have that trail follow our character and change its situation. But when our character is not moving, we will not be doing any kind of movement, like any kind of, like the smallest one, we'll keep that one available. Okay, so let's try now. First I will put code. I'll go to the code, and speed is visible from everywhere. So forever, if if equals or greater than, if speed, white cell speed is greater than 0, then next custom weight blah blah blah. Else go to the first custom, switch to custom 1, and that's it. Do not go into that cycle. Okay, and it is very important in all cases for that shape to follow our orientation and the place of our character, which is the white cell. So the first thing that we will do is go to white cell, set direction, point to direction of, where's that one, of our the orientation of our, this is in the sensing, and it will be the effect, not effect direction, white cell speed, white cell speed direction. No, sorry. This is for the orientation pointer, the same as the orientation pointer direction. Let's see what's happening here now. Now our character is, yes, it's showing what we need. Yeah, it's moving as we need, but it is showing over our character, and this is not what we want. So we will put it behind our character. So we should be moving that, since we said go to white cell, and then I will tell it to, in the looks, to go backward only once, or set, where's that one, to go to backward layer, one layer. Let's try now. I hope that will not disappear. Yes, it is working. But still, that trace is too long. I think we should make a little bit of coloring on that trace, but I like it. I like it. It's good. A little bit long, but we can solve that. Custom. Let's go and make that a little bit shorter here. Tick. Tick. And tick. And even with that, let's change a little bit the colors. Darker, darker. Okay, further. Further is darker. Like the near ones should be a little bit lighter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, those should be lighter. And the far ones should be darker. A little bit dark. Let's try to see if this is affecting in any way. Because like the near ones should have even that gray to white effect. Okay, let's try now. Ta-da. Now, viruses. I think we did good on the level of our character, main character. Let's control those viruses. Now, for the viruses, we need more than one virus, so we need clones. And I think we should go a little bit smaller with our virus. And we can depend on turning around. So for that virus, we can just do something similar to what we did with that one, but maybe not the custom. Changing the orientation, that will affect our main goal. So let's do the custom thing. Duplicate and just turn our character a little bit here, a little bit, and maybe give it some kind of, oops, group it, and I'll give it some kind of just changing in style. Just duplicate it, turn it around, and maybe just give it, oops, duplicate it, turn it around, and giving it some kind of, oops, like this, duplicate, turn around, turn it to bigger status, and going back to that main status. And let's try to copy that code that help us to move everything here. So, and this is for our virus. Going back to our virus, and our virus should be moving now. very fast. This is too fast. So let's make our virus move slower. Lots of still fast. 0.2. I think we are all exaggerated the speed for turning, and additionally we exaggerated those movement, so we don't need to change it that. So this is the one turning. This is good. This one was too much, so I think I will delete those and repeat, just having it turned with a minimal amount of change. Okay, so just duplicate and turn it a little bit, and a small extension. Duplicate, turn it a little bit without any extension. Okay, duplicate and turn it a little bit and return it a little bit. Duplicate, turn it a little bit, and just a slight change. Duplicate, turn it a little bit, and slight change. Duplicate, turn it around. And slight change. And now let's try. I think this is more reasonable. Very reasonable. And maybe adding some kind of, since we add all those, just let us add some drops. Rounding that. And only a empty drops? No, maybe empty drops. The color, surrounding color will be almost black. And let's give that like a tear shape. And make it a little bit smaller. And turn it a little bit. And give it a little bit maybe of a color. And let's try to repeat it. Control C, Control V. Don't want lots of those, but just to give that kind of action. Okay, maybe smaller one here. One, and tier itself, let's put some here, smaller one here, exactly the three of those together. We'll see, going there, Control V, and maybe turning those like this, Control V, and changing that and turning those like this. Control V, turning smaller, copying one here, dragging it there, make it a little bit. I think we can get one of those that we started with and just repeat those two. See, going to here, we rotate smaller, and now file, save now. Let's check. I think those are nice. Okay, now moving the viruses and creating instance of the virus. So for that virus, we will start by hiding it. So first thing is hide. Then we will add a loop to create a specific number of clones. So cloning, where's that one? So I'll start by also clone. Where's that? Da, 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 da. So forever loop, okay. Let's check. Whenever I create a let's add only something called number of clones, so that would be a variable. Make variable number of clones, number of virus or number of clones. Okay, number of clones. Okay, and this should be available to that one only. Yes, no. Let's make it global, no problem. Okay. So for that one, number of clones, so each time we create a clone, we will add it by 1, so it will start by 0. So set number of clones to 0. Then each time we add a clone or remove a clone, we will be controlling that. And yeah, I think it can be like external, like in external, we can just benefit from that anyway. So for that, forever, like if number of clones, and this will be that one less than if number of clones less than and I will set something called level difficulties. Make a variable called level of level. Let's call it level only. Level or level. Let's make it level only. Level or complexity. Okay. Now, and we will put that complexity here, or let's name it level complexity. Rename level complexity. Okay. So for the level complexity, this will will have a number, and that number will depend on the level itself. So I will pass that to be the level complexity. In my case here, I'm not changing that. So at the beginning, I'm setting the level complexity to 20. Level complexity. So if the number of clones less than level complexity, create a clone. So that would be something called create a clone of myself. Okay. And add 1 to number of clones. So change number of clones. Change number of clones by 1. Okay. If it is less than level complexity. If not, it will not be adding anything. And what else? Like if it is, if one clone is dead, we will kill, we will lower that number of clones. Okay. So now let's go and set the behavior of that virus. The virus will be moving toward our character, but it will have some kind of like periods where he will lose his concentration. So let's say here forever loop. So starting with that one, when I start as a clone, so each clone will be looping forever. Okay, and during that loop, so we will create some kind of complex way to be able to maximize the ability for the virus to follow our character if our character is closer to it. So what we will do is we measure the distance between our character and the virus instance. So and based on that, we will maximize the amount for that for the possibility to follow that one. So we will say that we will give that distance a kind of 1 to 10 thing. So we will say here the farthest distance between those two can be something like, we will keep it less than, so this place is the x250, 277, and let's pretend that this diagonal type of thing is about 700. Okay, so we will calculate the maximum will be 700, and with closer or like we can say something in that aspect. So forever, oh, this is our white cell, sorry, this is for the virus. So we said when I start as a clone forever, so what should that virus do? Take the orientation. Let's first like give him the orientation directly. Go to not go to point in the direction of cell virus. This one, point of direction of or point toward. We don't need point direction. Point toward whom? White cell, and move. Move one. Let's try that. Move one. Move one. Okay. Now, if we start that, our clone is hidden, but we didn't create any clone. So we said the number of and the level of complexity is 20. We should be creating those kind of viruses. And why those viruses are not starting set level forever if number of clones is less, change number of create clone of myself. That should be working now. Okay. Why I don't have any clone here? Okay, let's see why we don't have any clone. Okay, we need to have it shown. We didn't show anything. So forever, when I started as a clone, the first thing I need to show it. Show, because it's hidden. Then now we will have our viruses. So now everybody is moving same way toward our character, poor character, which is not good. So what we will do is just to distract those. So this is not happening all the time. So if we will give a number like random number, we can depend on random number, and so let's go to random, pick a random, and let's say that if the number that we got from the random is greater than 15, let's say that this is 20, is greater than 15, do that. Now with higher, like when that number is lower, the possibility will be higher, like for to be more intelligent and follow exactly the movement of our character. So now our character is moving. So our character is moving now with, but we should be waiting between generating those viruses. This is too much, and that the virus movement is very slow. So first thing, the clones shouldn't be generated that fast, so I need to wait maybe the number of clone, create a clone, wait maybe for 3 seconds, and for those to be done here, the movement should be maybe 5. Let's try bigger, and our first virus is there, and the virus is following us, but it's big and aggressive. What is that? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Lots of viruses. Not good. uh, lots of viruses. I need to make that number, the complexity levels lower. Maybe maximum for that level is 5. Okay, the speed is good. I don't know, the movement should be done even though if we are not pointing toward. So the movement is happening all the time, which make it smoother, because in a way our character, okay, you see like this. Okay, this is too fast. So let's put it as 1 again. Okay, now you see the virus is following us, but if we're changing our orientation faster, he will not be able to follow us. As example here, if we raise that number to 17 or 19, as example, 18 maybe, that will minimize the ability for those viruses to be able to follow us. So see here, so we're fast. The virus, especially when we change orientation, it's not following us directly. So this will maximize our ability to, whoa, escape, if we change our direction. So if we stay here, everybody's moving here, then we move faster towards someplace else. Oh, okay. So now we can keep that, or we can depend on creating like kind of more intelligent things. So when it is closer, it will notice us. But I noticed that those viruses are big. Let's go 50%. Okay, let's try that. I think 50% is much better. Okay, yeah. And we can even make it smaller and bigger. This is good. We can give a random, when we create it as clone, we can just have the number of size change between 2 size. So let's go to look and change the size, set size to the random of, so let it be, let's give it a number, then we give let it be like this, specific number that we cannot go beyond. So it will be random between 50%, 40%, 60%. That would be good. Okay, let's try that. Good. Different sizes. Different virus sizes. Not very obvious. Not very obvious. Why the change is like, okay. The virus is not turning around and it's not doing his thing here. Okay, because this should be part of every column, clone. So when I start as a clone, this should be happening too. Now, this is why things, and I should be able to change that number between like one step, like 2 sizes or 3 sizes. So let us pick 1 tree and multiply that by a number, or let's see, 3 to 4, or 2 to 3, 2 to 3, multiplication here and multiply that, pick a random between 2 and 3 and multiply it by 25. So it will be 75 or 50%. Okay, so it will be obvious, it will not be like, it will be two sizes, big and small. Okay, now it's obvious, and that big one is very big, so let's give it to, no, it's good actually, good enough. Okay, so now this is the level, like how hard this is. Now let's start with having that specific cell doing something. So let's have that cell shoot her enemies. It will shoot something similar to its shape, so I will the bullet itself, it will be some kind of the same white cell, but I will remove everything inside it, no hands, nothing, because it will have the same movement. So I'll duplicate this and I'll go and name it enzyme. I don't know if we write that, if this is the right way to write it. And I will go to the customs and remove hands, eyes, and of course from all other ones. Same here. And for sure we will have that very small here, 20% maybe, oh, too small, 20%, very small, 40%, 40%, is that good enough? Let's see how it looked like. Okay, seems to be okay. Maybe 50% will be good. 50%, much better. So now what we will have is to have that one shoot this, and that will happen through adjusting the orientation also of this one. So what we will do is how to shoot. Shooting will have another button here, you know, because we cannot have double like two hands on the in Scratch. This is the screen cannot detect two touches, so we need to play on that by having that button here, and maybe we'll be moving that base down a little bit, and maybe it will be a good idea to make it even smaller. Let's make that base smaller. Going to the base, and again the custom, and why the space is here again, I think I missed, or I put something somewhere here. Yes, so for that base I'll make it a little bit smaller, and I'll move it to the center again, which is good, and the handler size is good, and it will take its place. And I'll put maybe some button, another button here. So I'll put a button. What will be that button? So let me put something here. Add. Let's see what will be the shape with that button. let's copy that enzyme thing here, and Ctrl C, going to the sprite, Ctrl V, and let's make it bigger, going to the center, smaller, and cutting it in half. So I will go there and remove all those on the left, on the right. So, and rotate it a little bit. And that will be my button, but I'll put it here, just right here. Oh, no. I think I can just leave it as is, but just to minimize the confusion. Should be something like this, but that will hide a big amount of the screen. Maybe we will have that here, make it a little bit smaller, and put other things here like the or here. It depends on the orientation of our game, but this is the second step when we convert that game to a mobile game. I think we better use like that row here just for that purpose, so I'll put it here, and maybe we will use all that area down there, so I'll add the whole area here. Maybe I'll add another thing just to control how things will be looking like, so I'll add that one here and that one there. I think that would be good to have it here in a way. And we might be needing to pick that one and create some kind of 2 points here. Remove that one just to give it kind of smooth type of appearance, and we'll move everything to dark gray, solid dark gray, and without contour. And it's bumpy here still, and that will be our control bar down there. Ta-da. And we will put all the stuff on it, like everything that we need to put, we put it there. The life, all those stuff, and it will float for sure over everything else, and for that button should be over it. I need to drag that one away from here. Okay, this is happening. I'm not worried about the other one. It will be happening for sure. And we can put the score here. I might be adding here another sprite just for score. Score. And I'll make that white. And I'll put it over everything. Okay, I think I better use the code for that. Going to the looks, and we have that kind of go to or go backward. I'll run it. Go backward on that sprite. Go backward. Okay, we don't need it to go backward that much, but for sprite 4 I needed to go to front. And where's that one? Why it's not on? Okay, this is the score here. Can put it here. Score. Maybe make it smaller. Oops. Okay. And we can't put anything else here. Now we should be able to prevent our items from going, like anything from going there, or we can just put that directly 2 layers, like over everything, but we make it a little bit transparent. So one of the things that we can do for that one, for that sprite, we will make it on the same level or behind the base code. So I'll name it here bar, like with a score bar. Okay. And a good practice is, as mentioned, to go when this is starting. When I click that one, to go to the top, go to front layer, then go backward 2 layers. This will make it behind the base, which is good too. And for that one, I'll copy the same code here to the sprite 2, but for that one I'll make it 1 on the same layer as our base. For the score, I'll copy that too. I'll name that the score label. And for the score label, it will be also the same as the base. And for everything will be like, for that one will not be transparent. The score will not be transparent, but that bar will be transparent. So the score bar itself, we will add, whoops, set not change, careful, set ghost effect 50%. Let's try that. Ta-da! It's not looking that good. This one shouldn't be transparent in a way. The transparency of the base is high, and I don't know why the base is looking behind that. So for that bar, I should go backward twice, not once. Backward 2. Let's try now. Okay, now it's better. Still, the base shouldn't be that transparent. I can just go to the base itself and make it a little bit like 70%. Now, and for the handler itself also, I don't like the base to be that transparent. Maybe 20% will be enough. And I think even for the score bar, 50% is too much. Let's put it as 30. Let's try that. This looks good in a way. Even if our character went behind that, we still are able to control it. Perfect. Very good. Good. And our viruses are acting very good. Now, next step is to activate that shooting things, and if you see here, it seems that the enzyme is using the same code. I will clean up the blocks. It's using the same code, so I don't want that to happen here. So this is something else. It should move only, just doing that movement, but it shouldn't be doing the same thing. So now the first thing, this should be hidden, because this is like a bullet, will be like similar to a bullet, so it should be hidden. So the main one should be hidden. So for when that is clicked, and we cannot say here forever anything here, this should be for the clone. So I'll go there, and when I start as a clone, that will be something that will happen, because this bullet will be the clone part. Now for the when I clicked, I will do hide. Sorry, maybe the time is too much now. I will not stop directly now. At least I will have some kind of working thing here. So hide, and then moving when I start as a clone again, duplicate, I'll be throwing that away. Now when I start as a clone, it should be like at the first take the same direction as my white cell. So motion, point in direction of, and which is the direction of, as I know, in the same direction of the orientation. So I can do that, point in direction, or maybe point toward mouse pointer. No, point in direction, and with the sensing I'll get the direction for and the direction will be taken from the white cell orientation pointer, the direction. Then this is the first thing, then to start moving. So then enter into a loop forever, and to start moving, move. And the speed here, like since we are not talking about bullets, we will be speaking here about bio thing. Like the movement is not that fast, so it should be like something like 5 maybe. And now let's try forever, and when this is created, so when that clone, or this is not when I clicked, so when I start as a clone, this should be happening. Okay, now when this will happen, when I click on sprite 2. So when I click on sprite 2, I should send a message, and this message will activate, start like creating a clone of that. So with sprite 2, I will say here, when this is a click, go to front, blah blah blah, then I will enter into forever if the mouse down, if touching mouse pointer, which is touching the button itself, this will generate a message. So a broadcast, a message. So what type of message is that? The message itself is throw enzyme. Okay, and I will, with that one, whenever I receive an enzyme, like throw enzyme, here I should be looping forever. Forever, and when I receive an enzyme, when I received, okay, doesn't have to be like this. So I can just when I receive, and this should be in that part. When I receive the throw enzyme, I can start a clone of myself. Start clone of myself. Da, 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 da. Create a clone of myself. Let's try that. Now, okay, this one should be sent to the front for sure. And this is my sprite too, and I name it throw enzyme. Okay, and this one should be going, throw enzyme should be going only forward, front, nothing else. With that in mind, I can move. If I click on that, if I click on, okay, we didn't show it. We didn't show it. This is important. So we need to show the enzyme when it is created because it's hidden at first. So for sure we will be showing that. So going to look and show height, and we will show. Okay, that's good. Now after showing that, again, I think we're good. Let's try now. Moving, throwing, okay. We need to let it go to our character before only the orientation. So first go to move, go to white cell, and we need to make that generation not that fast. So here between those broadcasting we should be having at least a wait for half a second maybe. Let's try that. So changing the orientation. Okay, this is throwing stuff, and here move down, okay, still broadcast enzyme touching. This is too much, still too much. Why? Like tick 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 tick. If touching, wait, throw. Should be waiting after broadcasting. Yes, I think we should be waiting after broadcasting. Broadcasting through. Let's try now. Why it's throwing? Why it is throwing two? Sorry. Broadcasting throw enzyme. Wait. And the enzyme, when I start as clone, go to white cell, point direction, move 5. Okay, what's that? Again, I'm moving. you. Moving, moving, moving. Look. I'm having lots of things happening here. Why it is lots of the bullet itself, the enzyme itself is created more than once. So forever, if touching, why if touching? Let's use something else instead of that forever thing. Let's go with when I click, when the sprite clicked, and this would be a better choice. Yes, it is, but still wait, we need to, when I clicked duplicate, I think we need to wait both sides. Let's try. Okay. Why two versions of the enzyme are created? Clean up blocks. When I start as clone, next custom, wait, blah blah blah. Nothing is here. Let's try to kill those that reach the sides. So if when I start as a clone, forever, if touching, let's go and say here if touching edges, remove clone or delete clone. Okay, delete this clone. Okay, and now moving, clicking, escaping, and okay. I think we're good. This doesn't need to be full seconds, maybe 0.2, 0.2. Let's try now, just to have more heavy fire. No, still having the same issue. I'm not okay with that. We will have that solved later on, but now I'm not happy about it. The speed of throwing that thing. Okay. Now, what else? We have a problem actually. we need to keep the orientation for, okay, stop, go there, okay. If I'm going up there, okay, why it's going to the, when it is resting, why it's changing its direction again? It should be keeping the same direction. So this is a problem because I cannot shoot anywhere with that. So this is the white cell. Move white cell speed step, set rotation all around. I'll remove that, does not need to have that. Let's try now. Okay, why I'm going back to the same, this is related to the handler, I think. Handler, and the handler itself has a problem. Go to the custom, zoom away and try to find what's affecting that one. Now it's okay. Now for the handler, the code itself, when I go to base, set white cell speed to 0, go to mouse pointer, and the orientation, okay, so we can, okay, the orientation itself has a problem because it is 0, and since it's 0, like coming back to the center, it is 0 and it's having the same orientation again, but we need to keep that. Also something to think about, let's move that here just to make it obvious. I need to just to continue on all steps just to make a game, then later on we can just think about stuff. Okay, so I'll be stopping at that level. I'll be continuing in another session. Our session is too long now. I'll be stopping now and continuing in another session. Thank you. I hope that this gave you some kind of background about how to start from the scratch. We will be having the next session. We'll be continuing all the functionality on that, and we will be deploying that on the mobile device. Like we will be converting, not deploying, converting that to mobile device available type of game. Then the next step, we will see how to deploy that on Google Play. So for that step, we're done. Next session will be continuing on the functionalities in that game. Thank you.